Anyone who's watching this, hi, hello, you're watching a game that was arranged through the Gauntlet, which is a community on the internet that gets together to play tabletop role-playing games online. You can find them at gauntlet-rpg.com. You can find all the stuff they do, which is a lot of cool stuff like blogs, forums, got their monthly zine, codex, which does, supplements to existing games, original games in itself. One of those original games, Trophy, is currently on Kickstarter for a very nice set of 3 games. Comes in this like nice box. This is also me. I'm doing this plug to remind myself to actually back that because I haven't yet. I should do that. There'll be a link. There'll be a link down below to all that. Trophy is really cool. Haunted adventures going to Doom Forest. There'll be a link down below and all the stuff I talked about as well. And podcast. Oh yeah, Gone has a podcast network. I should mention that. And of course, there's the House counter to which this game was arranged. This is the last session in our truncated series of Beam Saber by Austin Ramsey. You can find Beam Saber on itch. I'll put a link down below. In fact, I should mention that Beam Saber is going to go into Kickstarter in March. Don't worry, it's not gonna come plopping in the middle of Zine Quest because I know that's what everyone's gonna. Oh God, Zine Quest is gonna be it's gonna be such a thing. I picked a bad time to get into board games Kickstarters. Apparently, let me tell you right now, because that shit is expensive, and the Zine Quest is coming up. Oh, anyway, anyone who's watching this, you don't care about that. Yes, Beam Saber is a Forged in the Dark game, which means the hack of Blades in the Dark by John Harper. But instead of playing scoundrels in an industrial fantasy city, for our players here will play pilots in an endless war between gigantic factions, and these pilots pilot fantastical vehicles, usually in the form of giant robots. This is mecha warfare forged in the dark. Again, you can find a link down below to Austin Ramsey's itch, where you can find Beam Saber and all that fun stuff. So I'll do a quick recap. Actually, before we do a quick recap, just so like to remind what's happening, because again, I usually there's a point where I get everyone to introduce themselves and use their characters, but it has been 2 weeks. Stuff happens. I had to stay up I had to stay up a lot of early mornings on Fridays for various random reasons. This Friday I had to stay up very early to get My Chemical Romance tickets, which is well worth it. But still, it's quite an endurance. Anyway, but before I launch that recap, I want to talk about safety tools, the stuff we're using to make sure we're playing in a comfortable environment. I like to remind folks we do have our lines and veils. They're at the very end of all the tabs in the character keeper. Lines are things that won't be crossed, just won't show up in the fiction at all. Veils is things that it can happen in fiction, but it happens off screen, or we fast forward over it. We don't have to concentrate on it. It can occur, but it's we're not gonna concentrate on it. And we're also using the X card for this series. Basically, if we do roll into a scene where folks are uncomfortable for any reason, and any reason is perfectly fine. In fact, you don't have to explain it. You can say, and it could be anything. It could be a name, or it could be the tone of the scene, or the entire scene itself. You can say you want to X card that either on our chat or on the video. You can say you want to X that, or you just want to say. Actually, no, we're using StreamYard, so you see the X here. I'm gonna ask some questions on what's being X carded, but if it's played, it's played. We'll respect that. We'll roll back and try something else. And finally, we have an open door policy. If anyone here feels the need to step away from the table for any reason, whether there's an emergency, or you're more tired than you thought, you need to go, or you need a break, we'll pause and we'll accommodate yourselves, and just make sure you're comfortable. And yes, Puckett, I'm into My Chemical Romance. Of course I'd be. Of course I'd be. I don't know why that doesn't need that many exclamation marks, Puckett. I'm just saying. Okay. All right. Very quickly. Ferret, how far away is 245?
1 hour.
1 hour. Okay, cool. So now we can have you on. I think we can. I want to. I'm just saying right now because I'm kind of throwing you all at the deep end just to have just a big fuck off adventure. We're not gonna kill off Ferret's character.
No, I'm going to kill off my character.
Oh, Jesus. I'm just well, yeah, you did well. You didn't kill your rival, but you did get one over her. Ooh, okay, all right. I found a way to. Okay, no, all right.
Once again, drive clocks. We would have had we each would have had a full one by now.
Too bad. Yeah, that's the thing we've found out running all these Forge and the Dark Games, the Gauntlet. Hey, unless you really like prep for it, you really need more than like 4 sessions. You can have a one shot or a campaign. You can't anything in the middle. It's just it feels leaves you wanting more. Just a shame. But anyway, all right, we're just gonna do this. So, just to remind folks where we are in this like gigantic metropolitan city called Magnum City, because there's a Trebuchet Engine in the middle that's basically like a mass relay that lets you shoot ships. You are a squad called the Queen's Venom, who is your reputation is ragtag. You work from an rundown opera house, which is amazing. You're all a bunch of weirdo misfits. You work for a monarchy called the Kingdom of Ymir. Last time we saw you, we were having a bunch of downtime. There was some very lovely character moments between characters. We had Des and Callista going to therapy, and then beating up some corporate losers after that. We had Yaren and Cubica having some nice noodles. I think it was noodles. It was some sort of lunch. You had lunch together. I remember that. Yaren tried to consort with some people and then failed miserably. I remember that. There was a going away party for your cohorts after we thought they were being repossessed, and then in the middle of that go away party, they were like, "No, fuck that. We're keeping our gang of runaway street youth. It's fine." Cubica met up with an old friend from her wet work days, and I think we ended with like, because Kiao wrote like how many entanglements. We ended last session with another one because I think yes, here's where we ended up. We ended up with the corporate goons that Callista, Puckett's character, and Des, Ferret's character, beat up. They're called the Counsellors. They're a tier 3 squad who specialize in I'm trying to remember what was like the Silicon Valley disrupt. There we go. They disrupt the mental health industry by creating these like algorithmic AI mental health therapists, and Callista took umbrage to that and kicked their leader in the balls. Their PR guy, his name is, I gave him a name. What was his name? Duke Easter. His first name is Duke. And the entanglement was that they were going to come to repossess your med lab, your infirmary. I remember this. Yes. So they'd arrive, not in full force. It's like a bunch of what looks like a team of lawyers and a mech has arrived outside your opera house. And Duke Easter, who in my head is basically he's like he's Chris Evans, but if like the current Chris Evans is playing the Human Torch again, that kind of guy. So he looks handsome, but he's a total lech and an asshole, and you probably shouldn't trust him. So hopefully that's enough to remind folks of who your characters are, because I'm gonna finally turn around and ask you to like introduce yourselves as we kind of see you on this scene outside the opera house, as like this mech who I've described as like it's a 2-legged sort of rugged shiny beast. Let me find, there's a picture. Okay, but anyway, well, I'll find that picture. And again, to remind folks here, I've not seen Knives Out. I should go see that. Yeah, I think we've not really seen. Well, yeah. Let's get like a detail of what where your character is, if they're even here in the scene. It's like what looks like a show of force is being done by the corporatocracy faction outside your base. And if anyone has like an idea of like where they are, what it looks like, or what your character looks like as they kind of like show up in the scene.
I'm unimpressed.
Well, yeah, of course. Last time you saw this guy, you were showing him the business end of your elbows.
I'm not sticking around to watch this mech. I'm going towards mine. How dare.
God.
I don't really get what's going on, but if Queen is going for her mech, I might as well go for mine.
Same.
I'm gonna try to climb the mech without being noticed.
Okay, so your superior, the Baroness August Friedland, who you know wears a lot of show armor but is not practical armor, Cersei Lannister armor, I think that's how we describe her, is talking to Duke Easter, who yes is like Chris Evans in like army fatigues, but very well pressed army fatigues. Clearly, fatigues have not seen action. They just look nice. Actually, it's not fatigues. It's more like it's private military bullshit. It is kind of like what he's wearing. It's like his proper armor of his group has this official name, but y'all just know them as the Counsellors, because they're trying to pull this mental health stuff. And yeah, he's having like a calm, reasoned argument with the Baroness, and he's waving some papers. While the three of them are going, three of you are going to their mechs. Cubica. I've not found. Have I found a picture of the mech? It's a big, chunky metal gear sort of mech for sure. Here we go. Find that. It's let me put that. I think I can. Can I just screen share? I think I can just screen share. I've never really done it in StreamYard. That's why I'm afraid to do it.
Hey, if they're still talking, I might change my action, not go for my mech, but just go and yell at people or shove them or something. Like, let's see if this has to escalate to a mech fight or if we can just do it old-fashioned style. Okay.
I'm gonna do your action first, Yaren, because this could like set up Cubica and make her action better. That's what's called. Yeah, there's a thing in Forge of Dark called setup action where you could roll a thing and it'll improve the effect of another player. So I think this is what it looks like. Oh yes, roll for a party. I have it here. It's in the squad sheet, but I'll just put it in the chat as well. And remind me to put the special ability here. Okay, so yeah. So Yaren, when you kind of walk up, you can hear August Friedland wheedling as she kind of say like, "Rest assured, we're keeping to the terms of the treaty. We have not overstepped our bounds. That was the result of one or two rogue pilots, and they do not represent the Kingdom of Ymir." And Duke Easter's kind of like, "Well, I think it says a lot about the Kingdom of Ymir that you do not vet your soldiers properly when you let rapscallions like them represent your name and your efforts here in the front."
I think we're still in the Kingdom of Ymir, and I'm saying this loudly. Aren't we? Right now.
Duke Easter goes to you and looks at you. It's like, "Baroness, is this soldier permitted to speak for you?" And the Baroness is kind of like, No. What
are they doing here? Why are they taking our infirmary?
We are here, Duke Easter says. We are here because any presence the Kingdom of Ymir has in Magnum City is under the sufferance of Terra Fortunata Incorporated. If you check your boundaries, your kingdom barely has a toehold in our territory,
Yeah. I understand the whole posturing, but what are you doing with our infirmary?
we are here to requisition your medical wares as recompense for the blatant aggression that your pilots have expressed on us.
You don't even look
You-
like you need an infirmary.
Yeah. Despite being beaten up, Duke Easter does look resplendent. Although you do see that he does have quite a bit of makeup on him to cover up some.
Yeah,
of the
he'll
missing.
need an infirmary soon, but
Are Des and I in our mechs yet?
We can say you can get there, but like we'll cut to you until when we see what Yarn's doing, and then we cut to Cubica to get it on their mech, and then that's okay.
Yeah. I'm just you don't even look like you need an infirmary yet.
I think Chuki's just gonna like, Baroness, is this soldier sanctioned to deal out threats? The Baroness kind of like looks between two of you. It's like no, it's Yaron. You don't. Yaron, you stand down. There's no need to escalate this.
Well,
There's-
okay, if he's leaving our infirmary, then apparently there's no need, but he's not taking it.
I think from the corner of your eye, Yaron, you see. Where's Cubica?
She'd be scrambling up the mech's leg right now, out in the back.
Okay.
I would say.
Okay, cool. So I'll cut back to Yaron. So I think you see Cubica is like gonna do some of her spy shit. It's a bit more sophisticated than that, for sure.
Maybe not.
Oh, I'm keeping his attention anyway, because if he's going on, I'm just gonna punch him.
Okay.
Then he'll need an infirmary.
Okay. So I kind of want to know what you say when like the Baroness is just like just looking like she's not gonna like stand up. I kind of need you to do like a very decisive action, and we'll figure out what you're.
Okay. So I say, so you're leaving the infirmary here? And I'm poking him with my finger.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that sounds like a roll. What are you rolling with?
I want to roll with struggle, actually. Maybe I'm poking him a bit harder than I need to, and I'm pushing him to fall over in his pretty little clothes. Yeah,
Ooh.
I'm pushing him. Pushing him seems right. You'll leave the infirmary to us, unless you want to go there for yourself.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I'm not a peaceful guy.
That's fair.
I'm not a subtle guy either.
Okay, all right. Let's turn to our dice roller. So okay, let's go back to how we build rolls in Forge in the Dark. You tell me what they're rolling with. I tell you that the position in effect, this is going to be risky limited. I say limited because he's part of a tier 3 squad. He's got a big mech with him. He's got his goons with him. The only people outside this opera house representing your lot is you two, you and the Baroness, Cubica. There may be some of your street tough cohort friends are like watching from like the entrance, like what's going on here.
Actually, I'm going to use my tactical genius to have sent the gang members to back up Yaron. So you get one extra die.
Hell
cool.
yeah.
And that's 3. Yeah, okay. I can also push myself, right? And take
Yes.
some stress.
Yes, that's 2.
I think having more stress sounds like fun, even though we won't do the whole recover. We won't have a downtime. I still will want to push myself. I like to have 4 dice, and then I roll, right? Yeah, and I want to roll a 6 or multiple 6s.
Yeah,
but at least 1. Yeah, I've rolled 3 5s. Thank you, dice roller.
Hey, look, it's still good. Like 3 5s, it's still a success. But you know.
Yeah, no, I know. It's fine. I could have used 3 6s though.
It's true. 3 6s would have been ridiculous. All right. So let me double check the consequences. All right. So on a risky consequence. All right. So but you're gonna be successful. So what that does, it's gonna give Cubica improved effect on what she's going to do. But here's kind of like the consequence. Let me look at this list. Beam Saber is nice. It's got a list of consequences on what you can do. Okay. Let me pick 2. All right. Okay. Okay. Here's. Actually, no. It's only risky limited. I'm thinking of a word to. Okay. All right. Here's what's gonna happen. You push him, and as soon as like his butt falls on the ground, you hear the mech warm up. You hear that. It does like this big like Star Wars-esque sound effect. Like the Millennium Falcon was trying to rev up, and I think all attention is on you. The consequences, you are now in a desperate position. I think everyone is, except for no, Cubica, you're also in a desperate position. It's like everyone here suddenly it's like, ooh, the air is suddenly electric. So we cut to Cubica, and then we'll cut to Des and Callista. So Cubica, what are you up to?
Okay, so yeah, so first I want to declare my my optical camo, my fine optical camo, which my not mech version, my just personal version, and so I think it's looking at the picture of the mech. Yeah, she's her vest and tie and slacks and shirt and everything are just like gray, slightly different shades of gray right now to blend in against the mech, and the plan is to scale the mech and place some bombs all over it.
All right. What are you rolling with?
I think this is Prowl. I'm trying very much not to be seen. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll say that like if this is actually no. That should be a collateral die. Now that I think about it. All right. This is gonna be desperate. This is gonna be great because I'm gonna say right now you started limited because of just the tension, but the Yaren gave you boosted effect, so it goes to standard, and then your camo boosted.
Okay. Yeah, I will.
Or take a collateral die. Well, you can do both.
Yeah, I will push. I will push myself. And what does the collateral die offer?
If you do not get a 6, you will have to, engineer to plant the bombs. This is sophisticated corporatocracy mech stuff. Terra Fortunata, they pump money into this.
I don't think it's in my interest right now to take that collateral die.
Okay.
So I will stick with the 3.
Okay.
And 5, 6, 5.
Oh my god! All right, so that's a 6. So yeah, you can do it with great effect. So I think what great effect means is this thing will blow up whenever you want it to blow up.
Good.
All right, so let's cut to Des and Callista. We kind of skimmed over how your mechs kind of get launched, but like I kind of want to, because we haven't seen them on screen, I kind of want to know like what is their demeanor like at the moment as they kind of like get into the mechs.
Des is, I think, rigidly tense, and like this is probably the first time Callista has seen her this aggravated. First, they try to take our people. Then they try to take what keeps our people healthy. They take, and they push. Well, it's time to fucking push back, isn't it, Callista?
My demeanor is, seriously? This shit again? Fine.
God.
But I'm going with a normal loadout for my mech. But one thing that is going to be on my mech is the 0 load standard of the Kingdom of Ymir, so they know who the hell they're fucking with.
Jesus. Okay. I will. Let me double check something. Yes, I will say that. Like, did you declare normal for your mech last time? I know it's been a while. Yes, cool, because that doesn't your mech's load doesn't change, unlike pilots in between missions, because it's a mech. It's harder to tinker with that. Even with pilots, okay, with pilots gear you can change all that, but like, all right.
Oh wait, no. I have something where I can have my foes a fine collection of my foes tags, which makes them think I'm on their side. I think. So
What?
I'm going to make them, at least that's what it looks like. Let me check. It's a find friend or foe tags.
All right. Let me look. Let me
Yeah,
look at
tell me
the.
what that means, because I.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the makes a vehicle appear as belonging to a specific person, squad, and / or faction. So yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I'm going to look like I'm coming for their backup, but I'm a scorpion. It's in my nature to deceive.
Okay. All right, this sounds like a roll. What are you rolling with?
Oh, well, that's just something that my mech can do. It's fine. So,
Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah, when we will, there's gonna be a point, yeah, where I'm gonna make you roll for sure. So you're coming, with with yeah, we probably have some sort of like friend or foe, yeah, identifier tag, and Duke Easter is on his butt. I'll cut to Callista. Like, where are you? Are you just getting on your mech?
Oh, I'm in it by now.
Hmm. So what's
And-
your plan?
I have flipped the switch for the external broadcast system. So I'm, doing my thing inside the mech because I want every single member of the corporatocracy to hear from Brick. Weapons systems online.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I'm already spun up. I am. They blink wrong, and they're catching some hell.
Okay. Duke Easter hears that and gets up on his feet, and he's frazzled in a way that I've never seen Chris Evans, which means I need to watch him in more movies than just Marvel movies. For sure, I should see Knives Out. And he's just like this. The Kingdom of Ymir picked a fine day to show off such blatant aggression. You yeah. Sorry, chat is being great. This Don't worry. If the kingdom starts firing, then rest assured, the firepower will unleash upon you will be enough to wipe you out of several planets.
I still have my broadcast system online. You'll be unleashing nothing because you'll be a red paste on the ground.
Yeah, and I think I know what I'm going to do now that I appear to be on his side. I'm going to command him to stand down.
What does that look like?
And I think it's just like I flip on mine. There's like a voice modulator so I don't sound like Desdemona, even though he doesn't know exactly what my voice sounds like. And I'll have like this like book of like their codes from like my tactical school thing. This is the mech makeup name, rank, makeup rank. This high above you, stand down. This is an unregulated seizure. This will not stand, and this is seen as a form of aggression. Retreat.
All right. This is gonna be desperate. It would have been limited, but you had the tag, so I'm gonna bump up the standard for sure. The only reason I'm limited because it's tense right now. I'll go ahead.
I would like to assist.
How are you doing that?
So, well, okay. Can we assume that I've dismounted from the mech? Is that a reasonable assumption? Okay, then I want to stand by the authority crown and have changed my outfit to be very like standard business suit looking, and the idea is to present as they're a corporatocracy, I'm an executive of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Are you recognizable to me as Callista? As Cubica?
Oh, absolutely. I have the same
cool.
face.
Okay. I like that. Cool.
Oh yeah, that's a better idea. A lawyer. Yeah. Puts on her blazer. It's right now just like a crappy, like dark blue, and a red tie, standard white shirt. Standard lawyer uniform. And I forget how helping works.
You just take a stress and they get to die.
Sweet.
Or actually, wait, hold on. What's your connection, Sitch?
It's
just one.
Yeah, I think it's just one.
Okay, cool. So it is just one stress.
Okay.
And I'm going to push myself for a greater effect. So we are at great effect.
Nah. Okay. All right. It's great. Desperate great.
With 3 die.
3 dice.
Is there anything that I can contribute just by being menacing?
That probably should have been a roll, but I don't know if it was a good effect to have had. You could have assisted, but I don't think multiple people can assist.
One assist for yeah.
You can assist me when I boot him out after that.
All right, so yeah,
desperate
great.
Well, no 6, but I got a 5.
Yeah, 5's still good. So I think the Duke kind of like the Duke. No, his name is just Duke. It just happens to be Duke. And you see this as well, Yaren, because he's right there, and he pipes in and says, "But I'm pretty sure this is standard. I filed the right forms. I had to go to Form A59 and write down the proper subsection.
I'm picking him up and saying, "Hey, look, your own people say you don't belong here. Now let's go." And I'm dragging him. I'm trying to drag him away to the lawyer. Talk to this nice lawyer lady. Maybe she can explain to you how this works.
It's just, and
I think
he's not listening to you. He's talking to Des, and he's like, but this is all highly irregular. I mean,
What's highly irregular is you taking your personal vendetta against these people. And I'll start decrying the, we have visuals of you being punched and tripped by these people. It's like, if you want to requisition things, requisition useful items from people who do not need them.
But I've made my argument, and infirmary would be useful given the offensive that's about to happen.
I just start charging up the tail laser. He wants to keep talking. He can be a smudge on the ground.
We'll see you in court.
You all hear a sound from the middle of the city.
Oh.
You hear this ungodly yawning engine yawning, and you see the Trebuchet engine light up, and Duke is kind of like, and comes back and saying, who is this? You just offset my chance to get a few more credits for the company guidelines. Now, what's it gonna look my record that I can requisition this infirmary right before the offensive? And the Trebuchet engine shoots this horrible pale orange beam out into the sky. It kind of lollops up, and then it comes back down, and but coming with it it's a fleet. Well, not an entire fleet, more like a lot of ships, but suddenly the sky is full of ships. And
I think you have bigger things to worry about.
Sorry. That's fair. And I think because he didn't fail, he still succeeded. He is absolutely going to stand down. But like, he looks very sweaty and disheveled. It's like he looks more disappointed that like he couldn't get this done before joining up as part of the offensive, because now the sky is full of ships. And then if you look towards like the map, the light blue part, that's their territory. That big Lego piece in the middle, that's where the engine is. Y'all are imagining you're at the edge of the city, because you're the red territory, and so the sky is kind of around where the blue and the purple meet. It's only full of these like Terra Fortunata ships. And then suddenly fire starts coming, like artillery fire starts coming from the purple territory, from the Mandate. And suddenly you can see like ships lifting in the distance. And all hell kind of starts breaking loose.
Yeah, I think the Scorpion shield claws like cover Cubica just in case. And like Des will like open up her cockpit. Get in now. I'll take.
Thank you kindly. She gets in
I think
and immediately switches her suit back to better colors.
I kind of like this, like before we go into like some engagement stuff, because this is going to go into engagement role. The Baroness has stuff for you. Duke scrambles into his mech and kind of, I think as he just suits up, he kind of comes face to face with Brick, who just pops out, and I think he just shoots out in the comms, just like just like, Terra Fortunata has revoked all your treaties. We will. The Kingdom of Ymir is no longer welcome in Magnum City. Rest assured, your contracts have been null and void. We will take back our territory by force. Soon up. This is your last warning.
Please do shut the entire fuck up. Shoot or get out.
Okay. This is gonna be a fortune roll, and I'm not gonna make. He is gonna leave. I just want to see how if he pisses himself or not. So could you roll? Just roll. Let's see. Roll 2 dice, 2d6. And which one's the highest? This is just for fun, like it's flavoring.
5.
Unless you want to do something.
I got a 3 and a 5. I just want the dude to go.
Okay, all right. I think he.
So a 5 is a little dribble down the leg.
Yeah. Oh yeah. A little dribble. You know, just a little dribble. And yeah, he raises his gun. The mech raises a gun, and then thinks better of it as like, you know, ships are firing, fighters are launching in the air, and things just start kicking off in a bad way, and he realizes he has to go, and he just kind of like, his mech kind of like very awkwardly waddles off along with his goons.
Cubica, are you going to blow it up?
Give it a moment. And I'm going to watch them leave and wait till I estimate they've gotten back to Terra Fortunata territory, preferably near more of their fleet, but, you know, just whatever the best looking opportunity comes up before I hit the trigger.
Okay, I think what that's going to do is going to get you an extra die in your engagement roll whenever this explosion happens, because it will. All right, so I think once all that's done, I think everyone, we get like a montage of like kind of everyone getting into their mechs, because it is a bit, because it's all a bit unknown at the moment, because you're all getting into your mechs and you're like, wait, what is the plan? Because no one's really attacking you at the moment. The counselors have left, and there is suddenly a gigantic pitch like airspace battle. I just saw Revenge of the Sith lately, so this is my mind. Pitch battle to the northeast, and then I think the Baroness kind of like pipes into all your mechs. I think everyone's kind of situated in their mechs now, and the Baroness pipes in and says, "Right, now that we're done playing with the counselor, boys, I think it's time I give you a real mission." And and this is from on high, so there's no point in arguing against it. Right now, we've got we've got a fairly big obstacle in the sky, and we would like to remove it. And the best way to remove it is to take control of the Trebuchet Engine and just push them away. Right now, that fleet is anchored by the ship's energies, but they're distracted right now. And the Baroness is panting as if like she just ran a race, or maybe she just got really stressed out. So we have an opportunity right now to really make a mark. Do you get what I mean? We take control of this Trebuchet Engine. We can push them out, get ourselves some leverage. Get yourselves leverage.
Yeah, like big machines.
Okay. All right. Sounds like no one's going to argue against her.
Why should we? It sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, for once.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big laser. We can shoot pretty much anything out of the sky with it. Far be it for me to turn down more weaponry.
I mean, it's meant to be a transportation device. It brings people from light years, but like, yeah, you can shoot.
But we're humans. Everything's a weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Also, might get us out of here. So it's that's not too shabby.
All right. Okay. So I'm gonna run through down like so the briefing is big fuck off war. The war has broken off in a big way. The Terra Fortunata and the Exalted Mandate are fighting around the Trebuchet. Your employer is again the Kingdom of Ymir. Specifically the Eyes of Ymir, which is technically who the Baroness works for. The target is the target is the corporatocracy. I think that makes sense. Whoever's protecting the Trebuchet Engine. Right now, it looks like they're all kind of distracted. They thought their big offensive was like, yeah, we brought our fleets in. But now, it turns out the Mandate have been lying in wait. So now they're having a fight. Objective is to capture the Trebuchet Engine and use it to push out the corporate fleet. Secondary objective: if capture proves impossible, destroy the engine so that no one else can have it. So that's a secondary. The rules of engagement, which basically things you're not allowed to do, do not fire upon, threatening or employing force against civilians. That's kind of like a standard thing. Firing upon neutral parties, which include which is the other two factions. They're not fighting. That shouldn't be too hard. They're kind of far away from the fight.
Civilian collateral damage is okay, though, right?
Try not to hurt people who are not meant to be there. I think.
Well, I won't try. That's why it's collateral damage.
Yeah, try your best. Like, do not deliberately, threaten or employ force against civilians. That seems fair. Yeah, I think that's fairly simple. This is a fairly simple mission, but you're gonna kind of come into it, guns a-blazing. Sound good? All right. Okay, so let's do. All right, everyone declare their load. Well, you already declared your mech load, but like your pilot load. Just how many items your pilots can have. Like, I know you're all in your mechs, but things could break off.
And I think since it's getting close to time, like I'll be here for the engagement, but then I'll let you control Queen during the fight, Leandro.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll go normal load, heavy load inside the mech. I'm carrying a bunch of weapons, so I have to get outside of this thing.
Oh my god. All right. All right. So I don't. Not everyone. You don't all have to say what load you're carrying right now. Oh yeah. For those who roll desperate, mark XP under like the where you rolled. Don't worry about that for now. Yeah, let's mark load and then we'll do engagement. Let me find that in the sheet. Reference sheets. There we go. Oh, that's entanglement. I'm looking for engagement. Oh, that's not it. Sorry, I'm just dealing with a bunch of tabs. Where is it?
Oh, where do I put my pilot's load? I only find
It's
load. Sorry.
it's under
right
your rival.
Under the rival.
You do have one rival, apparently.
Yeah. But these are the max load. This is the max.
Oh, no, that's
You're
that's
farther
your,
up. You move farther up to be a character keeper.
no, that is your character search. Your max load is
Oh.
further down.
Oh, okay. Oh, then I already have everything. Cool. Fine. Sorry.
Yeah, apparently you marked down heavy. No, that's not what I want. Ah, there it is. Okay, engagement. Oh, you're gonna pick the tactic of how you're doing, but since you just picked up an ability that gives you a +1 to assault, that's probably what you're going for. This is as straightforward a mission can get. All right. Okay, let's build an engagement. Is the mission bold? Of course. So you started one for sheer luck. Another one because it's bold. Is the mission complex? God, no. It's very straightforward. Does the mission exploit the target's vulnerabilities? Kind of. You're kind of hitting them right where at the most important thing on this city. It's not. They're not. Well, they're vulnerable right now. I guess.
And that's why we're hitting them.
Yes.
I mean, we wouldn't do that if they weren't.
Yeah. Is the mission's tactic ineffective against the targets? No, it turns out the best way to fight corporatocracy is just straight up punch them in the nose. It's kind of the best way. You don't try to talk to them. Does the squad receive external support for the mission? Your cohorts kind of don't count because they're part of your squad. I don't know. This is strictly a Kingdom of Ymir mission. They're trying to take advantage of this war, this battle right now. Anyone interfering with the mission other than the target?
Cubica has secondary motivations.
And
And I mean, I want to discuss this with the other players. It is, I guess, convenient, at least for the mechanics of it, that Ferret has to leave. Although I will be sad you're not here. But I wanted to discuss like how people feel as players about Cubica trying to do what she believes she was put here to do and sabotaged as.
That is fine with me. I feel like I want to go out in a blaze of glory if I go out. So like if my mech stops firing or the loadout is less than it is, or however you do that, as long as I can like go out defending someone, I'm fine.
All right, sounds good.
Hell yeah.
In other words, it doesn't sound like you have to go into PvP for it. So
No, especially when we've negotiated what's going to happen. Everyone's in agreement. We don't have to go into it. We don't have to actually roll dice and see how it goes. Okay, cool. That sounds really cool. So, but I am gonna take away the die for that. You get it back because of your new ability. It's fine. See, works out. So you're at 3.
real quick before Ferret has to go, can we just assume that Ferret is going to throw a die or throw tactical assistance at some point when we're doing this?
I want to throw tactical assistance at whoever rolls the first desperate action.
That sounds good. Cool. My original plan before Des got sabotaged, she was just going to be like a walking repository of stress to anyone who needs an assist. But Cubica has other plans, apparently. All right, so you're at 3 dice. Ferret, if you have if you want one more moment, if Des wants to talk to someone before you leave, just so we can have her on screen. No? Okay, cool. Why don't you roll then?
Okay, so let me roll these 3 dice. Since I am our engagement monkey anyway.
You are the officer.
Oh, the highest is a 4.
But it's risky. You're gonna start off in a risky situation. It's fine, it's not the best, obviously, but it's still it's better than desperate. Oh, really? Is it? Because you get XP when things are desperate. So who knows? So I think your launch, as in like the launch of your mission, isn't pretty because it's cobbled up at the last minute. It's taking advantage of something. So I think what it kind of looks like is as I think, yeah, your mechs are kind of like rolling through. I'm imagining like I have this image for some reason of the authority crown kind of like has climbed up a small building and it's kind of like perched up on top of it, providing artillery support as you three kind of like through your own weird ragtag ways make your way towards the trebuchet. And like at the moment, like the corporatocracy fleet is like firing against a mandate, and like so and you see that like the Democratic Federation, the is like more like, all right, we gotta like protect our people, that sort of thing. Well, so as you kind of make your way through the streets, so no one's coming to contest you. You're kind of like civilians are kind of scattering from you, and I think I think you're because it's risky. You're gonna go get towards the first obstacle for sure, and I think you kind of like make your way. You can see the Trebuchet engine. It is like this weird, misshapen like collection of what looks like, yeah, a bunch of Lego bricks stapled together to form like the barrel of a gun. And I think what you see, you get there when I think because of the risky position, I think you get there just as another squad gets in. Because it's obvious, like you take the Trebuchet engine while things are caught up, and I think, yeah, it's an exalted mandate squad for sure. And I think when you get to like the entrance towards the Trebuchet engine, you see that there's an exalted mandate squad already kind of like engaging the corporatocracy, the defenses, the whatever corporatocracy left there. And yeah, what does Yaren, what does Sir Percival's mech look like?
I have totally forgotten who Sir Percival was. I have seen that he's my rival, but
Okay, all right.
I think I had a description and everything, and
I have his picture. I know the specific anime character that he is, but I'll find it. I really need to use the toilet. So let's call a break here. Ferret, like we're not going to see you.
I'll be heading on. I think like what the last thing that because Dez is the officer and a tactician, I think that Yaren, after Dez is dead, will find like a flash drive or the equivalent of Dez's like final wishes and like expectations for the memory in his mech.
Cool.
So yeah,
cool.
Thank you all. I will see you all later. Have a good mission. Try not to die, unlike me.
Aww.
But you're going to die now. No.
All right.
Yeah.
So Ferret, yeah.
I'm
we'll see you soon.
Sorry.
Yeah. Later, Ferret.
Have a good one, Ferret.
Let's call 10. Because I really need to use the toilet. I really do. Let's call 10. BRB.
Yeah.
Sorry, I should have taken a drink before unmuting myself. Hi. Hello. Okay. All right. Where are we? I want to do a quick check-in. How are folks? Sorry, I had to rush. That I really had to go. Use the toilet. All right. Let me find a picture of Sir Percival. Because what did I? Yes, I put the mech without the picture of the actual dude. Of what they looked like. I think I remember Sabine, you described him as. I mean, he's clearly a noble.
Yeah, he was. I think he was a noble guy, and I took some sort of mission or something from him, and he has hated me ever since.
Yeah.
I'm just a serf, basically.
Yeah, hold on. Let me find. I remember because like you linked the picture, and it's like, oh, I know that character. He's from Legend of the Galactic Heroes.
Oh yeah, I remember now. It was Royenthal. It was Royenthal. Yeah, love that guy. I mean, he's terrible. So I don't actually love him. But I still haven't seen the last season, which he seems to figure prominently into. But
I haven't either. But so we'll keep it to there. Yeah, I put a picture of him. That's kind of what he looks like. So I think when you three, as you kind of like make your way towards like, I'm imagining like the front courtyard of this Trebuchet Engine is just like it's a firefight, and a bunch of like, so there's a corporate squad which is again made up of like these mechs that are like on 2 feet. They look like Metal Gears. They're holding the line against a bunch of exalted Mandate mechs, which we've described as like angel like, and above them all is this like this mech whose wings are made of like plasma and laser. It looks like hard light from this picture. Let me take a drink because my throat's being weird. Yeah, and oh yeah, I remember the crappy thing about this guy, about Sir Percival, was that he's a defector. He defected away from y'all and as hooked up with
he did, because he was pissed off at everyone, and he thought if they couldn't appreciate him, he would find some people who would.
Yeah, and I think as you kind of like, I'm imagining you're kind of like going through the streets, and when you kind of like come out of a street, you see from like the buildings, you're in this courtyard. You're kind of like to the side of it, and yeah, you see this like resplendent mech with this laser wings, kind of like floating above them, watching as like this pitch battle kind of like happens, and you hear his voice kind of proclaim from his mech intercoms, because all mechs have to have intercoms apparently, so that they can talk to each other and have just conversations. You hear him proclaim. I
remember what I took from him. It's the mech. It was the mech, because it's such a weird thing, and it has to accept the driver. And it wouldn't accept him, but it accepted me. And that's what the point of the contention thing was.
Yeah, okay, all right. So, okay, here's where the risky position kind of comes in. Because right now, they're not seeing you. And I think you just hear his voice when the intercoms goes like, "For the honor of the exalted mandate, I, Sir Percival," insert a bunch of titles here, we'll take this engine from your grasp. And I think as soon as like he looks like he's about to start, but then I think he sees your 3 mechs kind of like come into view, and he sees the filigree. Is it filigree? I think it's
filigree.
Yes, the mech that was meant to be his, and it's kind of like the opposite of this mech he's piloting. Like, he's piloting like this chunky white and silver humanoid mech with like these wings. Well, you're piloting this like Evangelion spindly, creepy, horrible thing. But he sees you, and you just hear the venomous voice go, Lars. And like his mech kind of like claps hands and starts forming like this like, and for some reason it's kind of starts summoning out like these pair of like swords, like these like crackling sort of plasma swords, and he kind of like comes down into the ground as like the fight's still happening behind him.
And I will call out. Yeah, exactly. I will call out. I know this guy. He's a wanker.
I was just going to ask, how did you know? So I can shoot him?
Sure. Go ahead and shoot him. But I think he wants to fight with me. So go ahead and shoot him twice.
I like that attitude.
Oh my god.
So,
go ahead.
Guess what?
Yeah. I'll guess. What? Shoot? You gonna shoot him?
Bunch of missiles right at him.
All right. What are you rolling with?
All right. What was your question, Leandro?
What are you rolling with?
Battle?
Yeah, you're in close quarters. He kind of like has just landed in front of you.
I can assist her, right? Because I mean, he will be distracted by the filigree.
Oh yeah.
That means I'm not more stressed, right?
Yes. How is your connections with Callista? It's just one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so you take one stress and you give Callista an extra die. This is going to be risky. I'll say it's risky standard right now. I know you're quite close. You have a lot of missiles, but he is a rival. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
I would like to push myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so how much stress do I take for pushing myself?
Oh, you're in a mech. It's a mech action, so you are going to expend a quirk.
Okay. I'm going to expend arm to the teeth, and even those bite.
Hell yeah.
So we're what, 5 dice now?
Yeah. Oh yeah, your battle is pretty good.
And then what about a collateral die?
Oh my god. Okay. I think. All right. I'm gonna add a clock to the board, so to speak, and they're all gonna be in the roll for your party. The clock is, I think if you accept this collateral guide, the corporatocracy will notice your presence, and they're gonna fold in reinforcements. It's gonna be a 6-step clock. I'll say it right now. It's gonna be a 6-step clock, so you'll have time before corporatocracy jumps in. But if you choose to take that die,
and then are there any other die that I can take?
No, you already got an assist. You've already pushed yourself. No, I think that's it.
Fine. I'll roll with 5.
5 die on a risky standard. Come on.
All right. Damn it. Give me a second here. My computer is running a teensy bit slow.
No worries.
And then add 1d6. So let's 5d6, color red.
Just
5, 6, 6.
So with a crit, you're gonna do it with increased effect, which is always fab. But he is a rival, so rivals get they get 3 moves because there are 3 players right now. They get 3 moves, and each of them can inflict a complication. So I'm going to expend one of his moves to negate your great effect and bump it back down to. It's still going to work. You still got a 6, so you're still going to hit him. So, but what it looks like is okay. Describe to me what it looks like when you unleash hell on him.
It starts off with just, it looks like about half a dozen rockets coming from each side. But then they seem to fragment, almost like they're origami. And suddenly, instead of 6 rockets, there's 36 rockets coming from each side. And then, before they reach him, they expand once again, and it's basically just a full metal storm hitting his mech, stripping the paint off of it, damaging it, cracking the glass. Basically, he just walked face first into a hail full of bullets.
Yeah.
And then they all explode.
All right. Here's the fun thing with his plasma wings. I think he definitely gets it. Yeah, the paint chips and got bits of it get exposed in his face. But I think there's a point where like he managed to like move back a bit, and move his wings forward, and here's kind of like, and you see like the energy of those explosions kind of being stored at the wings, and you can see like the plasma kind of like starts kind of like bubbling, and like as it's building up power, as it's like being hit, and like you're basically powering it up, and as it kind of like powers up, you hear him in the intercom go, soldiers from the Kingdom of Ymir, as blunt as always. And the laser wings kind of reform, and they kind of like travel up his arm, and up the arm of his mech, and he points it at the corporatocracy squad, and the energy pumps out, and just a massive explosion as all your concentrated power is used against the corporate squad. And he kind of like, because the thing is, rival is an 8-step clock. The action, even though it's 5 dice, he used a rival action against you, so it's only 2 ticks for him. And I think as kind of like the corporate squad gets destroyed, his own squad moves forward, but he's in between you and them and the Trebuchet Engine. And he says, "Any of you have any more tricks? I don't need."
No.
A few.
I don't have any tricks. I just have violence. And I will manifest my sword and go at him, and maybe tell the others that I'll keep him busy, and they should go for the trebuchet thingy.
All right. Okay, so you're just gonna do it. Okay, cool. That's cool. You seem so nonchalant about it. Oh, at any point, Cubica, feel free to describe what you did to Des. When it's like,
I was planning on like doing a flashback when it was opportune.
okay,
cool. I have a idea, but we'll see. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So Katiyaran, you're just gonna straight up fight him. Okay. What are you rolling with?
Sure. I mean, I want to. Yeah, I'm not that good at fighting. I'm better at destroying things. So what I want to do is I want to destroy those wings. I don't want them to fly away from me. I'll just.
Ooh.
And also, they seem pretty dangerous, and I don't really like them. And I feel that this would maybe even the score. So I want to destroy his wings. So what I'm going for is I'm not punching at his torso or anything. I'm really just using the sword. It's as I manifested. I realized that it's a heavy thing, but that's mostly because it's very big. It looks like a rapier maybe, and I'll poke some holes and slash them to ribbons. Actually, that's what I'm going to do.
Ooh, that sounds really cool. All right. Okay, so you roll with destroy.
I roll with destroy. I am going to push myself.
All right.
And I will use my where are they? I will use my too many edges for this, because that seems very appropriate.
All right.
And that gives me 3.
Anyone want to assist?
I could take a collateral.
I'll happily
right?
assist.
Oh, cool.
You can get both. That's a nice thing. With
Nice.
you can-
And then with the assist, that's where I mark stress.
yes.
Okay. And then how many stress do I mark for it?
Depending on your connection with Yaren.
1.
1. Oh yeah, it's 1 stress.
What?
Alrighty.
Please go.
All
Go,
right.
Bye.
Yeah, so you can
Wow.
push yourself and
And
you
that's
want
5, right?
yeah. Okay, so let's see. 2.
Yeah,
Push.
collateral. Push,
Oh yeah, I've not
assist.
presented the collateral yet. That's why I got confused.
Or can I use collateral and push? I can, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
You can use both. It's
Cool.
yeah.
And
I just haven't presented a collateral yet.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
it sounds like you're gonna accept whatever I present you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
All
will.
right.
I will submit these, and let's see. Okay, so I've got a 6,
You got a
and
6.
5, and a 5, and a 3, and 2 2s, but they don't
We'll
count.
just
I've got
accept the 6. Don't worry. It's
Yeah.
it's always just whatever's the
Yeah.
highest.
I know. I'm just talking. Sorry.
No worries. It was risky standard, I would say, even with your fine heavy melee, because he's a tier 3. He's in the tier 3 squad, so bumped it to a standard. So no, you're making progress. You're halfway through this clock.
And one of these days I will not learn what that means, but I think it means it wasn't desperate, right?
It wasn't. No, it was still
Damn.
risky. I know.
Risky.
But
Oh well.
Do you want it to be desperate? Like I can make it desperate.
No, it's fine. I think it will get desperate sooner or later.
Yeah, sooner or later. Okay, yeah. So I think what does it look like when you go for his wings?
Yeah, it looks like that I just rush at him with my big sword thingy, and then I poke at his wings, not only with the sword, but also with my fingers, my arms, like I'm scratching or pulling stuff out of these wings. And then I'll tell him over the comm, so I don't think I want you to fly away from me, pretty boy.
Okay. I think you say that just as he's saying, like, you. Why would you think I want to fly away?
Because I'm going to whoop your ass. And you pretty boys always run when time comes for the pain.
I think as you're kind of like grappling with his mech, he says like, the only thing that pains me right now is the hideous, unsophisticated way you're piloting my mech. And you're tearing his wings apart, but like I think you're tearing one of his wings, and the other wing just kind of like flares. I'm going to use my second rival action, and it flares up. It kind of goes. The other wing that's not been torn up, it suddenly just kind of goes into his mech, and his mech just kind of begins superheating. And your mech, Yaren, is going to take the level 2 damage. For some reason the word broiled came to mind, but like doesn't matter. It's fine. You got the way I wrote this character sheet, you're just gonna check level 2 damage. You can choose to resist that.
What do I roll for that?
Oh, with a mech
you
don't roll.
I can I mark one of my quirks, right?
Yeah. So what happens, you're gonna mark 4 quirks minus your rating in whatever category I say you're meant to resist with. So because you roll battle, I'll say you resist with expertise.
Okay.
And you have 3, so you're gonna mark 1. But you have, I just remembered this, your squad has an ability where you mark 1 fewer quirk. So wait, does that
I think it's a minimum of I think it specifies minimum of 1. Yeah.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous.
What would damage 2 mean? Does it give me minus 1 die? Okay, no, I mark 1 quirk.
Okay, what do you mark?
I'm marking shiny hard coating because as this heat comes over the filigree, the coating just stands pretty much firm. Some dust. I mean, the mech is a bit dirty, right? So some dust and dirt that will be burned and just slide off the hard coating, revealing the really, really dark black coating underneath the dirt and stuff like that. Looks almost pretty.
Oh, he's not
In a
happy.
horrible way.
He's not happy with that. He worked hard on that coding. Let's cut to Cubica. What are you up to? Yaren, and from the sounds of it, Callista is kind of taking on Sir Percival. What are you up to, Cubica?
Oh, I was gonna see if Callisto wanted to provide a distraction for like the forces guarding the trebuchet for me.
What do you mean provide a distraction? I am a distraction.
Hey, Callista, you want to be a distraction?
I'm insulted. Are you implying that I'm somehow forgettable? That somehow not everybody on this battlefield is paying attention to the thing that just scorched that dude with rockets? Come on.
Yes.
I'm offended. I'm insulted.
That's okay. You'll get over it. Now, come on, we have a mission.
Whatever, fashion plate. Go to your shit.
I will. You do your shit. But do it at the mission, please.
Leandro, the Percival's clock doesn't. Do I mark that or do you mark that? Because I think I did some damage.
Yeah, but like because it was risky, standard 6. Oh, I should have one more mark. Thanks for pointing that out. Oh wait, no. 6. No, effect, standard effect adds 2 ticks. That's the thing. 6 means you do it. That's but the you getting hit by the complication is just that's the sort of thing a rival can do. So really, for when you want to fill up clocks, effect is kind of what you want to go for, not the number of die. The number of die means determines if you succeed or not. Effect is how well you succeed.
Yeah, I know, but this was at I saw only 2 of the pies marked instead of 4, so I was wondering if they would have been marked. So
yeah, they should have been marked. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So, with the distraction, can I cause a distraction by firing at the mechs that are accompanying Sir Percival?
Absolutely. I mean, engaging the enemy, is that a distraction, or is it just doing the mission? I mean, it's just doing the mission.
Well,
it's kind of both.
Yeah. I would like to get behind enemy lines, and while this is happening, is the idea.
So, are you providing assistance so that I can basically blow them to hell and get their attention?
I was thinking you were providing me assistance, but it can be the other way. But I'm not sure how I would be helping you with destroying them just yet. Is the thing.
Okay.
But like. Yeah, I don't know. I can change that, but yeah, I was thinking like get to the trebuchet as quickly as possible, basically.
Well, it certainly buys you the opportunity to get to it.
Yes. Is that good with you?
It's fine by me.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll with maneuver then.
Do you want Callista to do her thing first? It could be like a setup action for your maneuver.
Oh, that works too. I forgot setup actions are a thing.
Yeah. So Callista,
right.
what are you doing?
Well, there's 3 dice from well, what is it? Assault or battle?
Yeah. You're battling like these goons who are like, we've described Mandate mechs as like looking like angels. Like they don't look like they should be fighting, honestly. They look like they should be paintings.
So, does anybody want to provide an assist on this? Or is anybody in a position to provide an assist?
I mean, I could step a bit in the way of them. Just like, I mean, I'm fighting Percival mostly, but that still will provide some sort of distraction or way they have to move around me, right? They can't just ignore that I'm there because I'm very sharp. All these edges. Sorry.
Cool with you, Leandro?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I will push myself, and what the hell? I'll roll collateral. Actually, you know what? I'll save the collateral die.
Okay.
Just ought to be fine without it. I mean, 5 dice. And then just so you're clear on what I'm rolling with this, I am going to tick the quirk intimidating.
Ooh.
Because what I did with my mech is I've started painting hash marks on it for every mech that I've downed. And they're on the arms. So they're pretty visible. And it's just like, hash mark, hash mark, hash mark all the way down.
Oh my god. All right. Let's do this roll.
There's a 6.
Hell yeah. So, oh my god, that's like 1-6.
Only one.
Out of a row of 1s and 2s. Jesus.
And I'm firing at the skippies this time because I want to make sure Yarn has a fair fight against Percival. So
yeah,
and it should also buy a cubic of time to get behind them.
Yeah, I think absolutely. Like you've gotten their attention. I think you do take out like a few of them, but like I'm imagining they were about to move in because Percival had cleared out the corporate, the bulk of the corporate like defenses, at least in this courtyard. But yeah, they're moving to assault you because clearly you're this big fuck off brick with all these hash marks, all this just blaring death at them, and they're gonna engage with you. But
I'm Gimli, but a mech.
Oh my god, that's quite a pitch. All right, so Cubica, you have increased effect over what you're going to do.
Okay. Yeah, I'm. So like, how far are we from the trebuchet?
You're actually in the shadow of it.
Okay.
Right now, and I think during this whole fight, you've been hearing again, that horrible mechanical yawning as like this engine is kind of like working over to like, and you can see that like a few more ships are kind of being pulled up from space, and you can tell that like they're bringing in more people, more of their fleet to get a handle of the situation.
Okay. Can I see like where the engine is, or will I need to do a scan for that?
No. The building is the engine. The building is
yeah, or like a power source or something.
Okay.
That would be, I guess, a scan.
Yes, that will be a scan.
I'm gonna work on getting to there first.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Oh yeah.
So, I will roll to maneuver, and take that increased effect.
So you're still in a risky position. No one's gone to desperate yet. Everyone's been rolling 6s. I'm not complaining, despite what my tone is saying. Yeah, this is risky. You're gonna go up to great, for sure.
Okay, and I'll take a 2 stress to push myself because I got that ability.
Yeah.
So that's 3 dice. Here goes. That's a 161. Nice.
Nice. So I think, describe to me how you kind of like get past whatever's left of the corporate like defenses.
Yeah, well, so I'm imagining like there's a lot of mechs in the air too. So and like it's just kind of chaotic. You know, 3-way battles, everybody's kind of fighting each other.
Yeah.
And I think you just see like this, you know, silhouette shaped ripple in the air, like dodging and weaving between all these other mechs that are fighting each other. And it's like the camera follows with like the mech in the center and then the background moving. It's very cinematic. And until like she's right at the trebuchet and like looks up and sees, you know, the sheer scale of the thing from up close.
Yeah. What did I describe a trebuchet? Oh yeah, looking like a bunch of Lego bricks made to shape like a gun. I would say the Lego bricks are like the size of a bunch of vans, That's how that's how big. Not like not like a billion tiny Lego bricks.
So in terms of like, what building is this thing like closest in size to? Like Empire State?
Yeah, I was thinking like I was kind of thinking like like Empire State. For sure. It's like a big barrel sticking out of the ground and clustered around kind of where you are at are a bunch of like smaller like 6-story buildings clustered around this big fuck off barrel. And I think even though you're in a mech again, there's so much chaos, the fog of war, people aren't noticing you because you're good at this. You maneuvered well.
Is that barrel? Is it human tech, or is that something that's weirder than human tech?
If we were in a lot more long running thing, I would say it's absolutely weirder. But like, the thing is, I don't want to tease anything we'll never pick up ever again. It could be. I think, if like.
I want to be teased, please.
Okay.
I think it's neat to hint at like a wider, world and story going on, even if we don't get to explore it.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm imagining this barrel. Actually, I'm imagining it's like this weird, shiny obsidian black sort of material. Like it's different from what the Terra Fortunata does, because they do like sleek, white, blue sort of mechs, and the Trebuchet Engine has always been weird. It's like this weird gunmetal sort of black, and like, I mean, and the thing is, the corporate group didn't invent that, the Trebuchet Engine. The city kind of sprung around it. So I think as you get close, Cubica, you do see that like you notice. From afar, it looks like it's made up of Lego bricks. But when you come close, you see that like the indentations that look like it's made of a bunch of bricks. They're not indentations. They're just kind of like lines on a solid wall. This is a giant Empire State building shaped, sized cylinder that's all completely solid.
So it's like an optical illusion. Like like the shading of it makes it seem like it's made out of Legos, but it's smooth.
But it's completely smooth.
That's so weird. I like it.
Yeah. Let's cut. I want to know what you want to do, and then we'll cut to Yaren.
I want to scan for like a power source, something I can do to shut this thing down.
Cool. I'm gonna put let's see. We're doing very well for time, so I'll put a Trebuchet Engine clock, 6 steps. The more you fill that, the quicker you'll get a chance to control this thing. And it could be any action towards taking control of that. So I'm gonna put that on the board. Trebuchet Engine. Should be 6 steps. All right, I'll cut to Yaren. You've withstood Sir Percival's attack, and I think you kind of break away from each other. And you're describing the filigree looks like. I think his mech is missing. I think you've torn out bits of its back, so like its wings try to like flicker in and out. But he still has like his two plasma swords with him, and he says like, so uncouth. If it were me in that mech, I would have destroyed my opponent readily. You, and he points a sword in your face. You have to. You have the nerve to rely on others, and he kind of like he does a thing with his sword. He kind of twists it around. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I know what that. I know what you mean, and I'm saying that's because you're a pretty boy and I'm a soldier. And don't forget it, I'm a miner as well. And that's when I realized I have a let me read that. I have a scary tool. And that
What?
I have a scary tool. I don't know why, but I do. It's on my playbook, so I have it.
Sure. Okay. Sure.
And what I want to do right now, because I'm a miner and not even really a soldier, but that was a good insult. So what I want to do is I want to take apart his armor or his mech. Like, I don't want to fight his stupid swords, because swords are nice, but they're pretty boy stuff. I want to just go. I have a. It's really a weird tool. It looks like kind of, these a dentist drill, but with multiple points that you can attach and poke into something, and that will attach and try to wrap around and then tear something away or out or bore into it. And I want to use that to go ahead and destroy more of his stupid mech.
God. Okay. So yeah, you say he's a pretty boy and need to clash with your dentist horror nightmare weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I think your words and the way you've been taking apart his mech, I think that'll put you up to a risky standard. Again, your squad's tier is 1 and his is 3. So you're when you're attacking, it always starts with limited effect, but because of your scary thing and you've been tearing his mech apart, it's gonna go up to standard.
Cool. So I will use destroy again. And I don't know, do I want to push myself again, or do I use the collateral die? And I think can I get a bit of
before you do that, let me tell you what the collateral is first. That's how the collateral die works.
Oh yeah, right. Please do.
Yeah, you can't just have an extra die.
Yeah. What? I thought it worked like that.
No.
Sorry.
You know how devil's bargains works.
Yeah, they mean the devil gives me nice things and then forgets about it.
Yeah, they usually do, don't they? They're very nice devils. Yeah, this one's simple. I'm gonna add 2 ticks to the Fortunata reinforcements clock.
Okay. Is that okay for everyone if I do that? Cool. I see you some.
I'm pretty sure I've got enough bullets.
Cool. So I will use 3 dice unless somebody wants to assist. But
yeah, I'll assist.
Oh, cool.
All right, that's 1 stress.
Cool. Yeah. And then I use 4 of my pretty orange dice, and we'll see how that goes.
Thanks for getting that, Leandra. I was just getting over to it.
I've got a 6.
Jesus. Why this always happens? I run a Fortune Dark game. Everyone rolls a 6. Nah, I shouldn't complain. Someone did mention that, like, not to get. I'm gonna tell this anecdote because we have plenty of time. I wouldn't extend this mission too much, but like, yeah, someone did say that, like, oh, I prepped this mission, and then everyone finished their mission in like 4 rolls, which is fair. We let you have your successes. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so that's 2 ticks to Sir Percival clock, and yeah, that's a 6. So no. Well, he still has 1 rival move, I guess. So what does it look like? You got to roll a 6. What does it look like when you like tear through his mech? He does try to fight. He's got his swords.
Yeah. He's got his swords. He's trying to hit me, but I'm pretty agile on my feet. I'm not called dancer for nothing, and the filigree is pretty light on its feet, anyways. So I'm just dancing with him, I guess, and ripping apart his armor while I do with my tool, which does not have a name because I just noticed that I had it. It's perfect for the situation.
Hell yeah. Okay, I'm gonna use my last rival move, and it is gonna be absolutely ridiculous.
Yes.
So you tear through his armor and he's fighting and whatnot, but then suddenly there's a point where like you come in, you're drilling near his cockpit, and the head of the mech opens, and you see him stand up, and he's wearing like full dress uniform, like proper nobleman type, and he has this look of utter rage because that weapon didn't come equipped with this mech. He would have made sure of that, or at least he probably rejected it, and you probably took it back. And he looks really angry what you've done with his mech. And so when your mech gets close, he knows where you are in that mech. So
Yeah,
he pulls out his rapier. No, it's his sword, and he's going to jump from his mech towards you, and he knows exactly where you are. So and he's yelling, he's going proper anime style, and he's gonna plunge the sword, and it's a laser sword. It's a proper for sure, because it is. And and you see him, and you're piloting the mech, and you see suddenly he's on top of you, and he plunges the sword, and it's gonna cut through, and it's going to come in, and it's gonna stab you through the heart. You're gonna take level 3 harm. Do you want to resist that? You're muted, Sabine. Oh, no, you turned off the camera.
The wrong button. Resist. Can I resist? How do I resist that? Do I resist it with my mech or with myself?
With yourself, because it's harm. So,
okay, how do I do that?
So you're gonna roll dice. I'm gonna say I choose what category you resist with.
Yes.
I'm gonna say this is kind of like probably prowess, because I'm imagining however you're gonna resist it, it's probably some fancy movement or something.
Yeah.
So you're gonna roll. You see how the column of the dice you're gonna roll. I've already colored them. So you're gonna roll 2 dice because you have you have struggle and wreck. Your ability gets you another 1, and that gets you 3. And you can't really push yourself to do this, because how resistance works is you get 6 stress minus your highest number.
Okay. Cool. I rolled 3.
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that. Let's see how that goes. I've rolled. No. Ow. I take 4 stress. That's a lot, I guess, because I'm filled up with. I've got 9 of 9 stress now.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Okay. You've got a choice now.
Ooh.
Normally in Forge in the Dark games, once you fill up your stress, that's it. But Beam Saber does something absolutely ridiculous.
Cool.
So you have a choice. You can choose to remove yourself quietly. You're gonna heal all stress. You're gonna choose a scar, and you're gonna be out of the scene. And we're gonna out of the scene. Leave the current situation in a state. Return in appropriate time later. I'll figure out what that later is, because I don't think this mission's gonna last that too long. We'll have some time to do some long-term epilogues. So that's one choice.
Yes.
Your second choice is you can choose to push on recklessly and take a dire action. So that means you ignore any harm or damage penalties you currently have. You cannot spend stress to take this action, nor make any resist rolls since you're stressed at max. You can still exhaust quirks. That's fine. If you get a 6 on this action, you can take another dire action and keep going. So for as long as you keep getting a 6. If you roll any time lower, you will get knocked out and also take level 3 harm, and you can't resist that.
Okay, fine. I'll do that.
Okay.
So, I mean, you knew that, right?
Of course, yeah. So you've been stabbed. How did you resist this?
I think I just resisted it. I mean, I'm pretty much tied up in my mech. That's a bit of a problem, because usually I think Yaren is pretty good at hand fights. Of course, this guy has a laser sword, and he didn't expect that, to be fair. So he's tied up, and I think he gets stabbed, but well, okay, now he's stabbed and that guy is in reach, so you grab him and just give him a headbutt in his pretty face, because why not?
All right, what are you rolling with?
I gotta ask real quick. Percival's out of his mech, right?
Yeah, he is.
So you're headbutting him while you're in your mech.
Yeah.
And you're holding him with your mech. Okay, because I just feel like if that connects, that ought to be the end of Percival. I mean, getting head-butted with something that weighs multiple tons.
No, I'm using my own head.
Okay,
I believe
okay.
we are in kind of I believe the cockpit has somehow opened up. It does that at
Yes,
times.
I think
Okay.
Percival knows this mech. He knows the
Yeah.
emergency release on the outside to make the cockpit open up. That's what happened.
Or maybe the
Okay.
cockpit opens on its own accord because it senses that Yarn just.
But
right
now you understand
is
why I was asking
angry.
about this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I
No,
know,
it's
I
not
know.
the mech's head. It's not.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this with the mech's head because that
Yeah.
would be maybe a bit much. No, I'm using
That
my
should
own
pop
head.
him like a grape, actually. But
Yeah.
I've got struggle, right? I use struggle for this.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
So you just roll that.
Yeah, I just rolled that. That's
And
not a
hold on,
lot.
I need to put positioning. You're in a desperate position for
Yay.
sure.
Mhm.
there's that tactical die from Ferret.
Yeah. And
Oh, right. There's the tactical die from Ferret.
How did Des plan for this?
How did Des? All right. How did Des plan for this?
I think she insisted that we all wear helmets because sometimes you have to eject and it's dangerous. So we wear helmets, and that's kind of
Absolutely not.
Oh no.
helmet.
Maybe
fins.
Cubica and Callista chose to not wear the helmet.
Yeah,
Yarn.
there's no question that if I had it on, I took it off the second I got in my cockpit.
I like helmets. Helmets are fine. You never know what happens.
So
Look at this hair. Do you really think I would mess up this hair with a helmet? My hair is magnificent.
Your hair is all right. My hair is magnificent.
Your hair is trash.
What? Save it for
Ladies,
downtime.
I don't really care about your hair. I know whose hair I care about is Percival's, and I want it red as Callista's.
Oh, it's blowing in the wind magnificently. Well, no, he
Yes.
doesn't have that much hair, but
I'm
like, it looks great.
Going to roll my 3 dice now, and let's see.
Okay.
Oh, I've got 2 6s.
Oh my god. Well, that fills up his clock for sure. Well, the thing is, yeah, you don't permanently take care of him, but like, yeah, I think, yeah, he stabs you, and like, and you just like, I don't know what you do, but like,
I search out of my cockpit, and I don't think he expects that, really.
yeah.
And then I hit him with the helmet on my head in his pretty face, and I think he just drops off for the mech right there and then.
Yes, I think, yeah, you totally fill his clock, so he's out of the. He's out of the mission, so to speak. And I think what happens is like, you have any parting words for him? Because you break his nose. That's what happens.
Yeah. No, I don't have parting. Maybe if as he falls, I say bye, pretty boy. Not so pretty anymore.
Yeah. Well, what happens is like his mech catches him. There are remnants of his mech, and they fly off, blasting off again, I suppose. And I think at this moment, I'm cut to Callista. Yarn, you rolled a 6, so you can still do stuff. You can choose to take another dire action if you want. Jesus Christ.
My question
actually,
is...
Hold on. Actually, it's real. You rolled 2 6s. Right? You rolled 2 6s. So you rolled a crit. You actually heal a stress. So you actually lose a stress. You're back to...
I think it's the adrenaline. Actually, it's probably the adrenaline that just says, "Hey, I'm totally fine. It doesn't matter that I have a hole in my side. Callista can't fix that."
Well, the funny thing is, that's what I was going to ask about, because I have Doctor, which means I can use Engineer to heal.
Yes. I was actually. Yeah, I would say like, yeah, because that was a big sword stab, I wouldn't say it negated the level 3 harm. I think it bumped it down to level 2, for sure. You do have that ability that lets you ignore penalties. I say Yaren. You also have an ability to let you ignore penalties of harm at least one less level severe.
Yep.
I'm gonna say like Callista can totally come and like heal that level 2, bring it down to level 1 right here in the field.
I've still taken the level 2 harm.
Yes, it went down from a 3 to 2. That's what the resist did.
Okay. Okay, cool. So I'll mark that.
Yeah, but yeah, absolutely, Callista, you can totally try and like patch up Yaren, and so that he can ignore more harm penalties on the field. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah. So I get 2 dice from Engineer.
What does that look like? I want to see what that looks like in the field.
Oh, Brick's just like, I'm stomping right up to him, like, and then open up the cockpit and, attach like a static line. And I just kind of slide over. It's like, all right, let me see what we got here. Let me see how bad it is. You're going to be fine. Let's see how bad this is.
It's not that bad. I mean, I hit him in the head. And did you see him fall?
That was pretty funny.
His nose was totally wrecked. This guy won't find any ladies that amenable to him anymore.
Why didn't you just step on the little turd?
Because his sword was in my belly. I mean, the filigree is pretty flexible. Now you're saying it would have been a good idea. Yeah, I should have done that. I remember for next time.
Please. All right, so I've got 2 dice from engineer, and if I push myself, I add stress, correct?
Yes, that's 2 stress.
2 stress to push myself for an extra die?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll do that. Does that actually get negated, or does that get reduced because of the tie with Yaren, or no?
No. The tie with Yaren determines how much stress when you assist them.
Okay. All right, so there's 4 out of 9 stress, and I've got 3 dice now?
Yes.
Let me see. Is there any kind of medical kit that I could claim to have on me?
Yeah, if you go, there should be there. If you go to like standard items, there might be.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, hold on.
Fire engine, no.
Use engineering tools.
Engineering tools, yeah. I mean, you're using engineering, so.
Is there engineering tools? There must be some. Hold on.
Syringes?
Oh, you have, yeah.
But they're for the air gun, those.
Yeah,
so
you have fine engineering tools.
Yeah.
All right.
Weird, just
healing
stuff. Yeah, you
They're
can
mecha syringes.
All right, so my I'll tap my fine engineering tools, and that gives me 4 dice, correct?
Hey, I have a stim pack, so maybe you can.
Fine. No, what fine stuff does is it ups your effect. You're going from risky standard to risky grade. I say you're risky. Is you're still in a risky position because you're in the middle of a battle.
Mm-hmm.
We're not in the middle of a battle. Everything's gone. Cubica's off at the whatchamathinger, and everything around us is just kind of quiet.
Des and Cubica are watching our backs, so it should be fine.
Oh yeah, Des. We should figure out what happened to Des. She has been weirdly silent. Yeah, I think engineering tools. Yeah, usually what fine gear does, it ups your effect, not the amount of die you have.
All right. All right. Can I just type in med kit?
Yeah. Let's see.
I mean, there's got to be like a first aid kit or something like that, and I just don't see it in the standard load items.
Yeah, let me double check. Like, I might have missed that because I had to type them all in one by one. Usual weapon. I'm gonna have to recheck like the PDF because I had to type. I might have missed the med kit. But we can say because you're using engineer, you can. That'll be weird. You have your tools.
But totally appropriate for us.
Yeah,
I have a stim pack. I believe this is some kind of medical.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can.
Thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you can use that. I can give it to you, and so you can administer it.
I might ask on their Discord, like, was there like aid kit of some sort?
So we're at 4 dice.
Let's see, 2 with engineer, then
1 to push.
1 to push. Where'd the 4th one come from?
Medkit.
Oh no, that doesn't give you an extra die. Like I said, it pops up your effect.
Oh, okay. So there's none of the stuff that I could have in my load would actually do anything.
Well, like I said, it pumps up your effect. It won't add you an extra. It won't give you an extra die.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, pump up your effect is still pretty good. Like that determines how much ticks you add to a clock.
All right. So there's 3.
Yeah, 3 dice.
Cool.
2, 2, 3.
Oh boy. All right. Here's what happens. I'm going to let me look at my list of consequences. Okay, all right. The engine you're closer to it now, it unleashes again its horrible nuclear yawning. And I'm gonna add 2 more ticks to the Terra Fortunata reinforcements.
Oh no.
You can choose to resist that if you want.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm going to resist that because, I mean, this is a healing thing. I mean, if anything, it should something breaks and it doesn't do as much healing. So, how do I resist?
I choose what category the GM chooses. It's gonna be with insight, so that's 2 dice. Your squad ability gives you another one, so that's 3. And
Okay.
again, you're gonna roll. You're gonna get 6 stress minus your highest die you roll out of those 3 dice. Yeah, when resources start getting tight, the choices become.
You know what? I'm not going to resist it.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I think
'Cause I want to be able to push myself and things like try to help people, and unfortunately, I can't do that if I don't have any stress available.
that's fair. I think before you have that time to patch up Yara, and you see that some of the corporatocracy ships are like making a beeline towards the Trebuchet. I think they've been told that things are happening at this very important tactical place that we can. The entire reason why we're here. So I'll cut to Cubica.
So I stay at 2 harm, right?
Yeah, it stays at 2 harm.
But I act like I was at 1 harm.
Yes.
Which means
That's
less
very
effect, but no
Yes.
penalty of dice. Yes.
Mhm.
Cubica's using her infrared sensors and other gear to scan the Trebuchet, looking for a good place to sabotage it. Like shit, with the mechs coming around her like shit. And also is like, hey, Des, get over here, please. Thanks.
All right. So yeah, you're rolling scan, right?
Yes. So I will push myself for another 2 stress. Get up to 7. And what's the collateral die?
Oh, the collateral die. Yeah. God. Let me think. I don't want to just tick that clock, but because I think that ticking that clock is better off for a complication that'll happen. So I think the collateral is if you don't get a 6, your mech starts to take damage from the energies coming from this engine.
Excellent. All right, I'll take it. 3 dice. Six, 5, 3.
Oh my. Okay. All right. You do it. You're gonna do it. It's fine. I'm not. Yeah. I'm not angry. I'm rooting for y'all successes. It's just that. Well, the way Forge in the Dark works is it doesn't tell you to prep any stats or beyond anything for on the GM side beyond just having some markers. They do specifically say the ability and strength of your enemies is determined by how well you roll. Or
you could
kinda.
We could retcon the collateral die so it takes effect even if I don't
No, you roll a 6. You rolled a 6.
I want that to happen though. I want things to snowball,
I know, but you're only a third of the way there. Come on.
Yeah.
You're not there yet.
Fair enough.
So yeah, you scan and I think you spot you see where kind of the energies are kind of being controlled. You spot the one building. Unfortunately, it's a regular sized building. Your mech is not really going to fit in it.
I do have a light mech. Does that help?
No, it's a building. You could smash through it, I'm sure, but how tall is your mech? That's
it's I don't know what the average mech size is in this, but it's smaller than the average.
Gundam would be 60 feet.
So I mean, is the average mech a Gundam in this?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so this is more like an F-91 Gundam or Victory Gundam.
Okay.
Still, big, but smaller than a Gundam. Normal Gundam is.
That's fair.
Like half the size, maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, I think you see kind of like where the building that kind of like where this engine's being controlled. What do you do with it with that info?
I want to call to Des again. Hey Des, I need some heavy firepower.
Now you get to the point where people find out I'm uncomfortable playing people's characters for them. So I'm just gonna say that Des fires off a snarky affirmation that only Ferret can do, the way he can do, and I think the way I propose how to use Des, which I probably should have mentioned while you're all fighting, is that like let's see, she has how much stress left? 6 stress. Whenever she assists, she's technically pushing herself. So every assist she gives is like 2 stress to her. So she has like 2 assists in her. What kind of heavy firepower are you looking for?
She's got guns.
Yeah.
The silhouette is not really equipped with that kind of firepower, just in general. Like it's not built for large-scale destruction. And Cubica is making the call that given that it's firing up and reinforcements are imminent, that it's better to just destroy this building than to that taking it completely intact is not going to happen.
Ooh, okay. Since you already made the roll, I think you communicate that, and Des responds with another snarky affirmation worthy of only Ferret. And cut to Yarn and Callista. I kind of want to know what they want to do, because again, any action that adds to this that involves helping secure the Trebuchet Engine will add to that clock. So for the moment, things are kind of like calm. Whatever is left of corporatocracy security, they're kind of like they're almost kind of like standing down. The exalted mandate mechs have left with Percival. Reinforcements are underway. The battle's still raging. So it's just the 2 of you for the moment. You got a moment to breathe on this courtyard.
I think I want to go up and look at this trebuchet thing. And maybe, I've got this tool. I have no idea about engineering, I think, but hey, maybe I can screw up the starting mechanism or something.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Maybe we could do it together. We don't want to totally damage it, but maybe make it harder for other people to use it. Also, I think we were supposed to turn it off.
You're supposed to take control of it to use it to push back the fleet, but I think Cubica has decided that
I think I would, I think Cubica would actually ask Des, basically, since she's the de facto commander, make the call.
You know what? I'm gonna roll.
We need to destroy this thing.
I'm gonna make a fortune roll for Dez's sake. See how well she does it. That's what I should have done. Hold on, we got some dice. What are some actual dice? Here. But I normally don't get to roll dice, so okay. All right.
Go and roll dice.
Okay.
Hey, Yaron.
Yeah.
Since we're sitting here trying to figure out what to do next, I've got like one memory from my childhood. And, well, whatever happens next, if I don't make it, I thought somebody should.
Yeah.
When I was a young girl, my father, he took me to the city to see a marching band. And it was a really nice day. Just like the 2 of us hanging out. It's the only thing I remember about my family.
I've never seen a marching band, I think. That sounds lovely.
It was more that I was there with him.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I went hunting with my big brother one day, and I remember that I was really little, and we actually caught a three-pronged or three-horned gazelle would feed the whole family. That was an awesome day.
Whatever happens next, it's been good serving with you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, let's try to make it out of here, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just have a drink afterwards. Or two.
Drinks. All the drinks. We will have all the alcohols.
Yeah, I like that. I like the idea.
And we'll wear jeans. We don't need to wear fancy pants clothes.
I don't have fancy pants clothes.
Neither do I. How the hell does Cubic have fancy pants clothes way the hell out here?
I think she's got her ways.
Right. Load up. Make sure everything's reloaded. Make sure you've got all your weapons ready.
Yeah, my
Do
weapons.
this.
Yeah, and I'm not. I think a good thing the wound is cauterized. I'm not bleeding out.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
See, there's always a bright side of things. This is what people don't understand.
Yeah.
It's a good thing it wasn't a kinetic weapon that got you. You'd be screwed.
Yeah. I guess I have no idea what the kinetic weapon would have done, but I
mean,
sure don't want to find out. Hey,
I mean, you're not okay.
I know.
And you are really not fucking okay. But you'll live.
I really fucking know. My body's telling me that.
All right. Let's do this.
Let's go.
All right, I'm gonna roll. Also, pocket, damn you. I'm gonna roll Dez's Bombard as a fortune roll, and if I get a good result, I'm gonna add a tick to the Trebuchet Engine. Jesus Christ, that's 2 6s. Even my dice are for y'all. That goes up to 2, and I think, yeah, the ball is really at your court. I think Yaron, you said you wanted to help sabotage this engine.
I was trying to push Des to command, use her authority to say, destroy this thing. Destroy this building. Focus fire on this one building at least.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It's in like, okay, all right. So
yeah.
Okay, so you're trying to command Des.
Well, I'm trying to get Des to command.
Okay. Right. Well, command is the same number of dice as bombard. So and roll 2 6s, but like again, it's an NPC, so I'm only adding 2 ticks to the clock. I think Yaren's sabotage thing. I think that might tip it. Yaren, you said you had the thing.
Sorry, I was thinking about Callista. What am I going to?
You said you had a plan.
I had the plan to screw up the some kind of mechanism. I mean, this thing has to have a control panel or something, right?
Yeah. Cubica pinpointed the building where it is.
Oh, okay, cool. I wanted to fuck it up with my strange and scary tool.
Okay, all right, you can do that. Okay, I think. I mean,
I don't know any engineering, but I know rec, so maybe I can use that.
Well, okay. Well, the thing is, your scary tool is for your mech.
Yeah, can I go in there with my mech?
Yeah. No, the way it described this building, it is just a regular 6-story building. You go in there by destroying through the doors, like.
Yes. Well, okay, there is a wall, so now there is no wall. What's the problem?
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm imagining your mechs as taller than houses. That's what I'm imagining. We're like, okay, all right, fine. It's gonna be a destroy. It's a mech action.
Cool. I'm good at destroying things.
You are very good at destroying things.
Yeah.
Do you want to push yourself?
No, right now I don't want to push myself. I guess I'm very. I mean, nobody's shooting at us right now, right?
Yeah.
Can
Okay.
I assist her or can I assist Yaron by throwing some rockets at the building?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so I'll add a stress for that.
Yeah.
So
This is
I roll
risky standard.
cool. Okay. I roll with three dice, and I've rolled 2 6s. I don't know how that happened, but I did. Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry. I feel like I have
No,
back to one of these mask sessions where we rolled so well.
no, it's completely fine. Like I'm play acting for it, and people are gonna see this, and it's fun. But yeah, that fills up that clock, and I think here's kind of what happens when like control's kind of been severed. I think the 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 yawning of the engine immediately stops, and I think it immediately stops. But like the energy, it's been shooting out this like pale orange beam. But because the engine here stops, that energy, the energy's still there, but like this building around just kind of like is doing this yawning, and it's gonna be just gone. But the energy's still there. So what it does is just kind of like there's a feedback effect where it starts going back up the sky, and as it's doing that, all the kind of like ships it's brought, all the corporatocracy like fleet that it's brought, they're all still tethered to this like beam. So as it's going up, it's actually dragging them back out to space, back to where they came from, because the connection between the two engines have been severed. And suddenly like the mandate ships are firing at nothing as like the corporatocracy fleet are being pulled out. We cut to a shot of Duke Easter on his mech, looking very confused, and then he blows up. I suppose, I don't know. And I think, yeah, the corporatocracy's like big play has essentially been foiled, and the ships just go, and suddenly a suit just like that, the battle that kind of like just happened has kind of like ended. And I think y'all three kind of realize just how powerful this thing is. And it kind of like created and ended this battle because of this machine.
Should
And
we
I
even
think
leave this thing in one piece, or should we just blow it the hell up, Yaron?
I'm looking at Des should decide that, because I'm just a grunt. I mean, we can take maybe the control panels. Probably wouldn't be very useful, but I don't know. Not an engineer. But I'm throwing this at Kubica and Des. Actually, I don't know. I can't make this kind of decision.
It seems to be largely intact. We should keep it that way. That was the preference for the mission.
Yeah, but we can't keep it for the kingdom. I mean, we're just 4 guys, right? Or gals.
I mean, speak to you for yourself. I think I'm worth at least 2 or 3, but
is the mandate still like here,
but
like being aggressive and mandatey?
I think they're in kind of like a bit of like confusion because the enemy they're fighting suddenly just disappeared. I think you even get like a message through your comms, like there's the Baroness just going like, "Do you have the engine secure?
Sure.
Reinforcements are underway."
Okay.
should we shoot
better get out
anything
of
in the
here?
meantime?
Sorry, Alex. What did Kubica say?
No, it's fine. Whatever Callista was saying.
What did
Baroness,
Callista
is there anything we should shoot at? You want us to just stand here? You want us to try to chase the exalted mandate off?
No, I think your squad has done enough. Stand down. We'll take it from here.
I mean, I don't think we've done enough. We still have bullets left.
I think I could take a break right now. I would.
All right.
All right. So I think we're just about to wrap up. Like I'm leery of trying to push any further with only
I
three of
would
us. But,
like to do one more thing.
yeah. All right.
And flashback.
Okay.
That's 2 stress, right?
It's determined by how complicated the flashback is.
I want to flashback. It's not super complicated. I want to flashback to when I hopped in Dez's mech earlier in the session after like being in a lawyer suit and planted one more bomb under a seat.
This is going to be a roll.
Yeah.
Risky standard. What do you roll? Oh, actually, no, tell me what you're rolling with, and then I'll tell you.
This is. I could argue like maybe for it being finesse, but I think like it's wreck is the intent. This is to assist in a wreck roll.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I mean, if you want to roll, rec would put it at risky standard for sure. Again, what you're trying to do. So if you have no, push yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna push myself.
Okay, you're just gonna do it deliberately. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Now I'm maxed out.
You have 1 die.
Any collateral die I can take? Not combined with flashbacks or whatever.
Yeah, collateral die. I'm trying to think.
Maybe it becomes visible to Yaron and I what's been done.
That's what I was trying to figure out. Yeah, like one of you will like have an inkling of what's happened. Actually, I have an idea of how it transpires. I think. Well, let's see this roll first, but I think I know how Yaron and Callista will know.
All right.
It's risky standard.
So rolling 2. Oh my god, that's a 2 and a 6.
Wow. Okay.
Oh my god.
So Dez comes into your comms to the 3 of you, and you can tell like it's kind of like it's the private WhatsApp group between the 4 of you. And she just says, "Great job, T." Boom. The way you get an inkling, Yaron Callista is just like. I think you can see it as well when you see the shot. You see that like the mech blew up from the inside. Not even at the full mech, just the cockpit.
Okay, so I know it's been hit and from someone and not some random war thing.
Yeah, someone from inside.
But I don't know that it was Kubika.
Well, who else has been in there?
Oh well, I don't know. Anybody could.
No. Yeah. I mean, anybody could have been there.
I don't know when the bomb was planted, and I wouldn't suspect Kubika because I think she's kind of nice.
Aw, you poor dear.
Yeah. Well.
Also, I am out for the scene and gonna take this scar cold.
Of course you are. All right. Well, the mission's over pretty much anyway, so we took the scar at the opportune time. Yeah. I think we just got like a few. Yeah. We just got like a few shots of like Kingdom of Ymir coming over. I think it's all pretty jubilant on their end, except for the 3 of you. Huliga's probably just like passed out from the exhaustion. There's the smoking. There's the authority crown perched on top of a building. Its cockpit. It looks pristine, except for the cockpit, which is a smoking wreck.
I imagine kind of that Yaron and Cal would have gone over and to see if there is anything to be saved or salvaged.
Yeah, you find a black box And that's where, because I wasn't gonna override what Ferret wanted, but like you find like this black box, and it's a thing that apparently like I'm just gonna invent a bit of here that like something that's encouraged when you're training to be a nobleman in this setting we lashed together for in like one session is you're told to like to be a nobleman in the Kingdom of Ymir you gotta like prove yourself, and to prove yourself in this day of age it means fighting in the war. So you always have to keep whatever last thoughts you have on you for if you fall, so that people can pick up and know what you want to leave behind. And I'm presuming Des probably had some words for all three of you. And I think that you think about what Des could have said to two or three of you as we kind of like figure out, because we are moving into epilogues for sure. So I kind of want you all to think, what's the last shot we see, and also what do you think Des told left for the three of you? Unless you want to like do a very quick downtime, but we don't need to do that. There's not gonna be another session after this.
I mean, I would like to imagine that Callista and Yaron go and get drunk at some point. But
it's a very epic cutting loose.
If you'll allow her there, Cubica will join you. Though she'll keep mostly quiet and focus on getting extremely drunk.
Yeah, let's have like, before we do proper epilogues, because we have some time, let's have like one last scene with the three of you. Probably like, it's nighttime. You're back at we're back at like the pub where y'all sent off your friends. Yeah, what's the mood between all three of you? Desdemona's gone.
I will share with you that I'm pretty sure it was a bomb in the cockpit, so that meant that somebody put out a hit on her.
Could have been a mechanical malfunction. She was in it pretty deep, but she wasn't exactly popular with the nobility. So
yeah, maybe we'll find out. We'll find the fucker who did that. Blow them up a bit blow them up themselves a bit. You up for that, Cal?
An explosion's too quick.
Explosion is fine for me. I don't like to run around and hurt people, really.
Let me know if you find them.
It's one of the very few places you and I differ, Yaron.
Yeah. Well. But let's drink to Des and to the fight. And I mean, do we just take this fucking trebuchet that everybody's after? I mean, come on. That wasn't that hard.
Yeah. You know what that says to me? Fighting a bunch of candy-assed pieces of shit. And I don't understand why this war wasn't over. I don't even understand why we're still fighting it if this is the kind of opposition there is. This is bullshit.
Clearly, we just need more soldiers like you, Callista.
Whatever. I got to paint more hash marks on my mech.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going. This is a stolen character. I'm going. Aaron, try to be a good influence on Callista and don't let her be a bad influence on you.
What, me?
Yeah.
Huh.
You've got potential. See you around.
Thank you. And when
she leaves.
When she's gone, I look at Callista and say, hey, I got potential. I don't know what for, but I've got it.
I smile and take another drink.
Yeah.
And I'd like to use a flashback mechanic now.
Yes.
Ooh. What you got?
Dez's last words to me, don't trust Cubica. And as Cubica walks out of the bar, a shadowy figure peels itself away from the wall and starts following her.
Kubica, I think you turn around the street and you see your good friend, former, well, not so former anymore, squad mate Proxima Nova, waiting for you. Not around the street. No, that seems unprofessional. A couple of streets away. I think I don't know. Where were you headed, Kubica? Or just headed back? Or did you know this was
I don't think she was sure where she was headed. Just needing to leave.
Yeah, I think you just hear someone call like from behind you, like, looks like someone needs some direction. And when you turn, like, Proxima's there, like, and she's holding out like a case, like, to you.
I do my best with what I'm given. I'll take the case.
Inside there are your personal effects from, I don't know, whatever spooky shit the murmur gives you.
So this is it then? No reversing the transfer?
Unless you want to reverse anything. No.
No, I think I'm good.
Well, I'm not going to say you sorely missed, but I've sorely missed you.
You too, Proxima. Take care.
Yeah. I don't know who the shadowy figure is, but they definitely saw all that. Yeah. So what's the last we see of these characters?
I'm kind of fine with the bar scene as the last thing we see of Yarn. Don't know what about Callista.
That's fair.
I think Callista's in her PTSD support group. Not saying anything. Leaning forward. Staring laser beams into the wall on the opposite side of her. And everybody in the group's just kind of looking at her, a little nervous, like, what the hell?
I think there's Kubica's blazer turns up in an alley. And the kingdom doesn't hear from her again. I'll leave it ambiguous.
Love to end on an ambiguous, cynical note. Here to save the day, Aaron.
No. Just one thing that I want to say. It's not about Yaren, it's about filigree.
Okay.
Because you don't know when that is, but there is a kind of a flare-up from the Trebuchet again, and you can see that though Yaren isn't there, you can see that filigree kind of unfolds itself and stands to attention and looks at the sky and what's coming from it.
God. That's kind of that's okay. All right.
And then the final shot is just like it's the authority crown. It's like in a warehouse or something, or in a hangar. It's cockpit blown out.
Yeah. Oh, that's
being people coming to work on it.
Oh, that's the end credits. In an anime, when we play the ending song. No, it's just the authority crown being worked on. Yeah, and I guess I kind of like the shot of Filigree looking up. That becomes the cornerstone of the opening to the season 2 of this anime that we have accidentally created. And then do other stuff. But yeah, no, that's Beam Saber. Thank you very much for again just being Jesus Christ, just being so much. I do, yeah, just being so cool. I think that's the main thing. You're all just like really cool, and I think definitely just had some really cool ideas, some really cool moments, really cool scenes, really cool lines. Just really cool. Like I say rolling with the punches, but there weren't that many punches, were they? For
Rolling
sure.
with the headbutts.
With the headbutts, hell yeah. All right, I'll stop the broadcast. And again, thanks very much. Yeah. Anyone who wants to check out the Gauntlet, anyone who's watching this, links down below. Anyone who wants to check out Beam Saber, Kickstarter starts on the 2nd of March. First week of March, I'm pretty sure. If anyone wants to check that, there's a bunch of stuff. Links down below as always. But yeah, I'll stop the broadcast then.
Thanks for running, Andrew, and bye internet.
Bye internet.